In this video, I'm going to demonstrate two devices for turning your iPhone or iPad into better video cameras. In a moment, I'll take a look at the Rode Grip and Grip Plus, but first let's look at this, the Padcaster from the Padcaster company. Now, as you can see, it's a metal frame with a flat plastic insert, which has 4 raised lips around the edges, and on the metal edges there are loads of screw threads. So what's the point of this? Well, you take an iPad and push it firmly into place in the middle, making sure that the iPad's video camera can peek out of the hole that's been left in the plastic. So now you have an iPad in a frame, and these holes suddenly become useful because they're all in a standard video-centric size, 3/8 16 and 1/4 20. The sizes are universal in video accessories, so the idea is by having a frame with those size of holes, you can now attach video accessories to your iPad, such as an LED light or a microphone, and therefore make better quality videos. You may be wondering why anyone would go to the effort instead of actually buying a proper video camera, and you would have a good point. But lots of people, such as journalists, carry iPads by default and are often asked these days to shoot some video when they're at a story, so it makes sense for them to use the iPad rather than carry the tablet and a camcorder or DSLR. And it makes sense to be able to add some accessories or put the iPad on a stand. You can see here the bottom section can accept a standard tripod plate, so you can put it up and film yourself or just steady the shots you're taking. But the Padcaster does fall down slightly in that the video accessories you're most likely to add, like lights and shotgun microphones, tend to slot into a standard cold shoe like this connector here, not a screw thread. And although the Padcaster is supplied with a cold shoe that screws into the holes, you've got to wonder why they didn't just make the top here all cold shoes by default. It's fine having the screw threads on the side and bottom perhaps, but on the top I'd expect an array of shoes to slip accessories onto. And other accessories often expect to mount to a thread, not a hole, in other words to the male end and not the female. Now, one aspect of the Padcaster we do like is this, the lens caster. It's an optional extra. You can see it's another metal frame that screws over the corner here and then provides a 72mm threaded hole over the aperture where the iPad's lens peeps through. That means you can screw in filters, lens adapters and so on to change your shot, and that gives you more flexibility than the standard lens on the iPad. So the Padcaster is a nice idea, jacking up your iPad to make it more video friendly, but I'm not entirely sure it delivers as much as it could. Having a tripod mount is great, and having the cold shoe adapter on top is useful, but it needs to come with more of those. By the time you've popped accessories on, I wonder whether you might as well have bought a proper video kit. So that's the Padcaster. Now let's look at something similar but for the iPhone, and this is from the Australian company Rode, which is best known for its microphones of course. This is called the Rode Grip Plus, and there is also a lower cost version called the Grip, which does without part of the kit, which I'll show you in a moment. It's very cleverly designed, this. You can see 3 separate bits come out from the body, starting with a pistol grip into which the other 2 parts are clipped. Now, if you have the Grip Plus model, then one of those parts is a tray with 4 tiny screw-in lenses. The other part here is a scissored device, and this folds out, then snaps into place over the iPhone like this. There are 4 ways that you can use the grip. As a handle for the phone, it can be a pistol grip, or you can use it to attach the iPhone to a cold shoe on top of a camcorder or DSLR. Or you can use the handle as a stand for the iPhone on a desk. Or since it has a screw thread on the base here, you can attach it to the top of a light stand and not have to hold the phone at all. There are a couple of issues to mention. First, you have to remove any outer casing you've got on the iPhone in order to clip it into the grip. And second, the grip obscures the iPhone's flash LED, which means filming in dark places could mean you need a separate light. So the grip can help you with filming as long as you do have enough light, but you can also use it to mount the phone onto a DSLR to record better quality sound in the phone than the camera would, and then you could sync the 2 up later in the edit. And if you think that a phone towering above your DSLR is a bit unwieldy, Rode have a solution. This involves unscrewing the cold shoe plate with a supplied key and reattaching it at another point on the grip, thereby enabling the iPhone to lie flat. It is quite an ingenious design. Now that's the grip. The Grip Plus also has 4 small lenses which unscrew from the case and then screw into the grip, where you can see it has a metal thread clamped over the iPhone's existing lens. These are the lenses that are supplied: a 2x zoom, a standard and wide macro which screw into each other, then into the grip, and there is a fisheye lens as well. Now do watch out, these lenses are very, very small and very, very easy to drop while you're screwing them in. Not only does this mean you're likely to get them covered in muck as you drop them, but you could also easily lose them. And also, whilst it's possible that I'm just very clumsy, I apparently managed to cross-thread the macro lens while screwing it in, so that now it almost refuses to unscrew without quite a lot of jiggling about, so do take care. It's best to demonstrate the lens effects in pictures, so here's a standard iPhone shot without any lens. Then this is what it looks like with the 2x zoom. You can notice a bit of vignetting in the corners of that image. There's also a fair amount of distortion on the 2x, as you can see from this image of a window frame. Yes, those lines are actually straight in real life. This is the fisheye, which is quite dramatic. As for the macro, I wasn't quite sure if I was using this properly, as the iPhone had great difficulty focusing at short distances. But here's the shot without any lens on it. Then here's the first macro lens. And here's the wide angle screwed into the first macro. So in conclusion, the grip is cleverly thought out. It does enable you to fasten your iPhone in various ways where you simply can't with the phone as standard. So like the Padcaster, the grip may be of interest to DSLR users, audio and video journalists and phone filmmakers. But whilst the Grip Plus lens attachments are interesting, they're probably only for certain specialised looks, especially perhaps given the distortion seen in the 2x zoom. And like the Padcaster before it, I'd really like to see even one cold shoe on the top here, so you could add a small light to account for the fact that the grip obscures the iPhone's own LED. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up and perhaps even subscribe to the channel. We'd also appreciate, of course, any follows on Twitter or likes on Facebook.